So guys, our topic today is going to be an extension. Part of it's going to be an extension of last week's topic, and that is how to increase your number of demos. We really got into the why last week and really hit on, the what doing less than 30 demos can cost you and what doing more than 30 demos can earn you. Matter of fact, one person, I hope you guys have done this this little practice, but where you went in and see how much income you earned last year or even in the past month, and divide that by the number of demos that you've given and see what each demo that you do is worth. The gentleman that we used as an example last week makes $100 per demo. So guys, if I told you I'd pay you $600 today cash for going out and doing 6 demos, would you do it? The answer is yes, you would. Well, guys, no one's going to do that. We're not going to write you a check for your demos, but that's just the way the numbers play out. And for you, it may not be 100. It may be 120. It may be 82. It may be 63. But whatever that number is, you get paid for that number of demos. Now, guys, before I jump into this, I want to point out that last week we had 3 people out of 30 some odd people do more than 25 demos. So we definitely, I'm not sure, maybe last Wednesday's coaching came too late in the week and we had a lot to make up for. Maybe we doubled our demos the second half of the week after just a really slow part, but I'm really hoping that it drives home the value. And we're going to keep on talking about demos until we start seeing more people get them up. But Angela, Casey, and Chase have some things figured out, and Brooke came out of sales school and did 20 in like 3.5 days. So that tells me that if somebody with her skill level at the all-time lowest it's ever going to be can go out and do 6 demos a day, then you can too. Everybody on this call can. So last week we talked about why. This week we're going to talk a little bit more about how. Okay, and I want to share with you guys before this a little email with an exercise on it. So guys, here I want to challenge each of you to do 2 things today. Okay, one is go on the stats site, and we went over last week how to log into the legacy stats site and get to your canvassing chart. Okay, and I want you to check out your demo closing percentage. That'll be to the far right and the very bottom. That gives you your demo closing percentage. This will tell you how many demos you need to do to make a sale. And if you want to know if it gives you a percentage, just take 100 and divide it by that percentage. So if your closing percentage is 20 and you take 100 and divide it by 20, you get 5. That means it takes you 5 demos to make a sale. 20% is 5 demos to make 1 sale. If your closing percentage is 16, 17%, then 100 divided by 16 or 17 gives you 6. Okay, so et cetera, et cetera. If you got 25%, it means you close 1 in 4. I think we all can kind of do that simple math. So number 1, figure out your closing percentage, how many demos it takes. Okay, and get that number, right? Second thing you want to do is go take a look at the last 4 weeks. Okay, just take a look at the January sales month. Make it really easy, and add up all your total demos. It'll show you right there on your canvassing chart exactly how many demos you've done by month. It breaks it down by month, and then out at the bottom it shows quarterly, and then your total annuals at the very bottom. It's a really cool tool. Add up all your total demos and then divide it by the number of weeks in the January sales month, which is 4. This will tell you how many demos you're giving per week recently. Okay. Then I want you to take that number that you have there and divide it by 5. Since most of us work 5 days a week. Okay. That'll tell you how many demos you're averaging per day. Now, the next thing, guys, this is, as we say, where the rubber meets the road. Now that you've got those 2 critical pieces of data, here's a question. Is the number you came up with in number 1, is that number bigger or smaller than your answer for number 2? Okay, meaning if you're closing 20%, if it takes you 5 demos to close a sale, and then you're averaging 4 demos per day, what does that tell you that will be your result most days? It takes 5 demos to make a sale, yet you're doing 4.
Not gonna make a sale some days.
A lot of days, that's right. A lot of days you won't make a sale because you're not doing enough demos for your current skill level to give you a fighting chance at protecting a family. Okay. And then if that's the case, you're probably getting frustrated a lot of days because you're coming home with zeros. Well, you got two options. So I got news for you. Call it good, call it otherwise, but you can do one of two things. You can either raise your skill level so that you can close 1 out of 4 demos if you're doing 4 a day. That would be 25% closing, and that's doable. It's difficult, and it usually takes time, and it takes a lot of practice and study. And I would encourage all of you, if your closing percentage is 20, work towards getting it to 25. If your closing percentage is 10 or 12 or 15 or 16, work towards getting it up to 20%, 1 out of 5. The other option would be get one more demo per day. Go from 4 to 5 a day, and then you'll be very likely to sell something most days. Sure, you'll have a 0 day here and there, but for every 0 day that you have, you're going to have a day with 2 or 3 sales to make up for it. So you'll be averaging at least 1 sale per day. And guys, anybody care to venture what a person that has 1 average transaction per day that averages $900 per transaction, which is the company average? You want to know what you'll make in first year commissions?
66,000.
It's actually gone up, Chase. That was what we used to promote. It's actually a lot closer to 77,000 now. So yeah, one transaction per day at 900. That's $4,500 a premium per week over 48 weeks, and that's taking a month of vacation. You will, in first year commissions, make about $77,000. Okay, that's assuming a 40% commission level, which everybody gets to when you hit $50,000 of premium. By the way, congratulations, Caitlin Roberts, for hitting that pretty recently, getting her license reimbursement award and getting her next raise, which took her from 35 with a 1% renewal to a 40% first year and a 2% renewal. She just doubled her lifetime renewals based on that raise. That is exciting stuff. So guys, before I pitch you on giving 6 demos a day and 30 a week, I want you to understand the what's in it for me part, or in this case, what's in it for you. Because when we can connect the dots, you really want in life, whatever your why is, whatever your next thing is. So you working towards getting out of a renting situation, paying someone else's mortgage, and getting into a situation where you buy your first home for 10 grand down and you get a mortgage that's less than what your rent. Guys, I don't know if a lot of you realize this, but there's first time home buyer programs where you can put 0 down and own a home. And in many cases, guys, your mortgage payment is less than your rent was. Kyle, let me ask you a quick question. You rented for your first almost 5 years here in the business, and you lived in anywhere from 900 to 1,200 square feet boxes in apartments. Now you live in a sprawling, big old 4,500 square foot house. Okay. Is your mortgage payment bigger, or was your rent payment bigger in those little places?
They're about the exact same. That's funny. Yeah.
About the same. Only now every single month when you make a payment, instead of paying whoever owns that apartment building their mortgage, because they have a mortgage, and I guarantee if your rent was about that, then the mortgage payment on that place you were living in was significantly less. But now Kyle's paying himself every single month, and you guys can too. So whether that's your why, or whether you need to replace a vehicle, whether you want to save up for a really cool 4-week European vacation, whatever the case is, you can do whatever you want to. This is where the magic happens. Okay. So when you can connect the dots between what you want to have, what you've written down, okay, and doing 6 demos a day will help you get there. We're much more likely to actually do the extra demo and spend less time in our car and spend less time looking at social media and texting with our friends and doing things that are not IPAs, income producing activities, during IPA time. So that's where the magic happens. So guys, and you want to know the difference between a master and a beginner? The masters failed more times than the beginners ever tried. And guys, let me share with you, I'll prove that point. My first year in the business, I sold a lot of insurance. And I get a lot of what people talk about when they do talk about it is the 17 policies per week that I averaged that first year. What a lot of people, what doesn't get as much press because it's not as sexy, is the fact that I got 18 no's per week on average in my first year. 18 no's. If you add those two together, guys, that's 35 presentations that I averaged per week. So guys, I got more no's per week and for the year than a lot of the people that started when I did even did demos. So of course, I was able to sell more and produce more and earn more income and enjoy the spoils of victory more often because I've got a lot more no's. And Peter had me do it, had me figure out how much I make per demo. He also had me figure out how much I make per no, and if half my demos were no's, a little bit over half of them, that tells me that my no's were worth twice as much as my demos. And when I saw that, he goes, Van, you know what you need to do? You need to run out there and go get a whole bunch more no's. And I'm like, yes, sir. I was just dumb enough to believe him, and it worked. So guys, that's a little piece today. So on the about how to. So I want to share with you some specifics, 8 specifics on how to increase your number of demos. So I hope you'll write this down, and I hope you'll implement this starting immediately today. Number 1, use a lot of names in the second approach, as many as they'll let you, okay? While 3 or 4 names might seem okay, you really want to use 8 to 10, okay? Of those names that you do use, you want to pause after every third name and describe that person in detail, okay? If they don't recognize the name, maybe you describe where they work or describe the business. Sometimes you can connect with the business name even more than the person. So here's an example of how you do this. You probably know Kim Haynes, right down the road. She's a remarkable lady. I don't know how she does it with those 4 boys. So be creative when describing a person in great detail. The main objection is to project to the prospect that you know these people on your list well, okay? You also want to use, this is a little ninja trick, use females' names with female prospects, males' names with male prospects. That's because people tend to know the same sex better. There are exceptions, but that's the general rule, okay? Number 2, make a power name card, okay? Guys, don't worry about killing some trees. It's okay. Write it down on a 3x5 note card, okay? One of your best friends in this business can be a big pack of 3x5 note cards because you can use it for this. You can use it for writing down your why for the day, writing down your goals, and just taking a piece of Scotch tape and sticking it on your dashboard so you see it right there where it's most important. But make a power name card and have at least 5 names on this card. Older retired families, when it says 5 names, 5 groups of names. Single parents, so you can share other single parents. Wealthy or affluent people that have a lot of money. You use those names with people that have a lot of money. They go, oh, so-and-so bought it? I thought he had a lot of money. He does, and he wants to keep it. He wants to protect that. And he said, gosh, why would I want to spend my money if I got cancer when I can spend your company's money? And he said that made a lot of sense to him because he's pretty smart financially. Credibility names like the sheriff, the police chief, the business owners, teachers, government employees, someone in the medical profession. You may even want to add to that other insurance agents that have bought from you. When an insurance agent buys from you, you show that to other insurance agents. You'll say, yeah, other insurance agents buy from me all the time. Just because somebody sells Blue Cross and Blue Shield or sells life insurance for New York Life, that doesn't mean they have great supplemental coverage. Okay. Show these 5 names in your approach and identify each one. Each answers a very specific objection. So use the right ones with the right people. Number 3, put the number 6 or whatever your daily demo goal is. I would encourage you to make it 6 at the top of your pre-approach pad or on your dashboard. Every time you do a demo, put an X through that number and then count down to 0. So you got a 6, you got a demo, exit and put 5. I need 5 more. Get back from the second demo, X out the 5 and put down a 4. You're not allowed to finish your day until you got a 0 staring at you, okay? If you focus on the number of demos you're having every day, you'll do great. This is more of a controllable goal than sales. Okay. It's a bunch of you guys that sold insurance yesterday with 4 demos, and we were going through the good news. That's great. Unless your closing percentage is 25% or greater, there's a good chance the next time you do 4 demos, you'll probably sell 0. Maybe, maybe not, but that's what the numbers show. And as the name of the show goes, numbers never lie. So take pride in your work habits. Take pride in things that you can control. Okay. Number 4, don't spend the same amount of time with every prospect. Okay. Don't give the same full demo to everyone, whether you know at the front end, when they're giving off absolute non-buying signs, bad body language, or asking the wrong questions. You know, you can tell, guys, when people are not with you. Don't give the same 40-minute demo to those people. If they don't answer these 2 questions in some form of a yes answer, move on. And these are the 2 need-finding questions, guys. If you get to right where you're getting ready to start benefits, you've done the buying atmosphere, and you're not 100% sure that they know why they need the product, you ask these 2 questions. And guys, these questions will change your career if you implement them. Okay, right before you're getting ready to start, I'll role play it with you here. So Kyle, I'll go ahead and show you these benefits. Now, benefit number 1 is actually, Kyle, before I show you that, can I ask you 2 quick questions? Save you some time and maybe save me some time.
Sure.
So let me ask you, obviously we hope the stuff that we're talking about, never happens, right? Nobody wants to get cancer, have a stroke, a heart attack, an injury. No, nobody wants that to happen, right? But based on the statistics that I shared, 1 in 3 men, 1 in 3 women, 3 out of 4 families dealing with it, the fact that you mentioned that you've had several family members go through it, is there a chance that you or someone in your family could potentially be diagnosed with cancer at some point in the future?
Yeah, totally.
Okay. And God forbid, we hope it doesn't happen. You guys see how I'm kind of dressing this up, okay? Making it real easy to give a yes answer. The second thing is Kyle, if it were to happen, God forbid, and as a result, you and your wife, Sarah, or both of you, you were unable to work for 3 months, 6 months, heck, maybe even a year or multiple years, and you had all of your normal bills still coming, but also the additional bills that cancer can bring with it, might that add some additional stress and strain on your family's finances?
Yes, it would.
Okay, well, then it sounds to me like, so what's your backup plan if that was to happen tomorrow?
I don't have one.
Wow. Oh God. Really? See how I'm rubbing my neck,
Yeah.
guys? That's a nonverbal. Ooh.
Yeah.
Gosh, from over here, it sounded like you said you didn't have one. Can you repeat that?
Yeah, just some savings.
Oh my God.
That I could
It
have
sounds
for
to
a
me
few
like
months.
you have a definite need, Kyle. Let me share with you what all these other folks are getting to help them out with that problem, and I'll see if we can help you with your problem. How about that? So guys, there's no question that Kyle right now knows he has a problem. I just made him sick, and I got the medicine to make him better. So guys, that's how you get people with you. So number 5, guys, ask for referrals. Guys, if your name's not on the list, if you're not getting recognized for 10 referrals in a stinking week, you got a referral problem. Either you're forgetting to ask or you don't know how to ask. Get some help. Do not be okay with not getting 10 referrals per week. You need to be pushing 10 per day. And we really only have one person that consistently does that. That's Toy Bellamy. So guys, I'd be knocking down Toy's door to find out what the heck he's doing, because you start getting 10 referrals a day, 50 a week, your business will change. And you will like the change that happens, promise you. But ask for referrals. Put a big old red fuchsia R on your hand if you have to remind you to ask for referrals. But every demo, ask them who else they know that might be open to taking a look at this. Great question is, who would be 5 people that, based on who you are, will talk to me? Okay? Who are 5 people? That's a specific number. Specific's terrific. 5 people that, just based on who you are, they'll give me 5 minutes and talk to me. Okay. And then give them some memory joggers. Our referral notebooks have memory joggers built right in the second page. Suggest people they work with, friends from church, relatives that live close by, friends of their kids, someone they went to school with. Keep a special part of your pre-approach pad for referrals, or crazy enough, keep a referral notebook, one place where you write them all down. And guys, don't be nervous about carrying a notebook along with your iPad. It's okay. I used to carry a 20-pound briefcase that had binders where I flipped all the pages, and I'd walk into all my demos. So if you're worried about, oh, I don't want to carry too much and I look like a salesman, get out of your own head, carry stuff. It's better to have it, not need it, than need it, not have it. And if you got a referral notebook that's sitting right there on the desk that says referrals on it, it's hard to forget to ask for referrals when you got to pick that notebook up to leave. So just use it to help remind you to do it. You don't want to. So number 6, coming down the home stretch, approach. Okay, guys, get customers to laugh through funny one-liners or whatever works for you. And if you don't know any funny one-liners, Google funny one-liners and get yourself 2 or 3 jokes that are just your go-to ones. Hey guys, anybody know, why golfers carry 2 pairs of pants when they play golf? In case they get a hole in one. Ah! Guys, the worse the joke, the better. I mean, you want people rolling their eyes, and that means they like you. Okay, so be funny, make money. Get yourself a joke or 2. Lighten up, Francis. Have some fun. Enthusiasm, guys. Enthusiasm sells. Enthusiasm is contagious. So is a crappy, slow. It's also contagious. The question is your attitude worth catching? Okay. Customers use customers' names in the approach, where they go to church, okay, where they work, show them. People know each other by these things. You got to gather that information, put it on your Families for Protection cards, and use it to help you get people with you. Number 7, introduction. To help you find prospects early, ask them this right before explaining the first benefit, okay? If I could show you a policy that was completely different than anything that you already have, it didn't cost an arm and a leg, fit nicely in the budget, and it just took about 10 more minutes to explain, would that be something that you want to take a good hard look at and possibly protect your family with today? Okay, if they go, nah, I wouldn't, then make your demo quick, show them 3 benefits, show them the price, and say, I had a lady the other day that said she probably wouldn't be interested in, but then when I showed her that she could cover herself for this base price of just, $21, she goes, oh gosh, I thought it was going to be like $400 or $500 like health insurance. Okay, yeah, $20, sign me up. And you'll have some people go, oh, that is pretty low. Okay, you can sign me up on that. And you'll get a little base or a standard sale in 7 minutes instead of 47 minutes. Okay, but at least let them see what the price is. You've gone that far. Show them a benefit or 2, close up, show them the price, move on. Demo. I know some of you guys out there are thinking, oh, what a waste of time to do. It's not a waste of time, guys. Getting 6 demos is never a waste of time. As Peter used to tell us, you got to give 30. When you give 30 demos, you're going to have 25 of them be bad before you're ever going to have 30 good demos. The challenge is getting to 30. Because even when your closing percentage gets to 20, 25, even 30%, if you're doing 20 demos, you're capped out at 5 or 6 Families for Protected per week. If you're doing 30, you can be closing 10, 11, 12 per week, okay? Number 8, last one, guys. Create and follow what we used to call a weekly commitment plan. We now refer to it as a weekly VPF, which stands for Vision, Plan, and Follow Through. It's your plan for the week. Create and follow one. It's amazing how much earlier we'll get going when we have a schedule. Some of us simply need to add an hour or 2 to each day, and we'll get 6 demos a day. Okay? Some of us are not making it on the 40+ hour list, and it's hard to get full-time results from a business that we're running part-time. Okay? So guys, any questions on how to get more demos? Because this is a really, 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 really important topic.
Could you go over number 7 again, Van?
To help you find prospects early, ask them this question right before explaining the first benefit. It says the first premium, but that's not that first benefit. Kyle, if I could show you a policy that was completely different than anything you already have, Didn't cost an arm and a leg, and it just took about 10 minutes to explain it. Would that be something worth taking a good hard look at and possibly protecting your family with today?
Yes.
Good. Then I'll show it to you in great detail. And I will use the transition to close and close word for word and use a lot of names, and I will close you. And if you don't know your bank account number, we're going to call the bank and I'm going to get it. And so Kyle, keep on role playing with me, because let's kind of fast forward here. We're at the end of our demo, guys. This is actually a tool, guys. I just spent about another $80 to have another box of these made. But this, anybody seen this before?
Yes, routing numbers.
This is a manila folder. This is kind of what it looks like in real life. This is a picture of it on here, but it's a tool, guys. Back in the day, I just had a plain old manila folder that looked like this, had nothing on it. And I realized that a lot of especially the dudes that I would sell to, would not have their bank account numbers with them. They wouldn't know it. Okay. What I found was that if I knew their routing number, which is public knowledge, that it really was like a Jedi mind trick, and people were kind of mesmerized, almost like I'm the guy at the fair that can guess their weight or guess how old they are or what month they were born. It's like, whoa, how does he know this stuff? And I would just kind of incredulously say, well, I mean, it's my job. I'm supposed to know this stuff. I'm pretty good at my job, and it gave them a lot of confidence. So guys, well, here's a little ninja trick for you. And yes, it's a piece of paper that you got to carry with you. Okay. But you'll notice over here that it's got most of the banks in North Carolina. And by the way, a little ninja trick for you. Most, not all, but most of the banks in North Carolina, the routing number starts with 053. Okay. 053 is typically the first 3 digits. And anybody want to know anybody care to guess with credit unions, what the first 3 digits typically are? The answer is 253. The answer is 253. So for example, the North Carolina State Employees Credit Union, I could rattle off 253-177-049. Boom, boom, boom. I'd say, oh, you're at the credit union? Okay. All right. Well then, Kyle, I know that since everything looks in order, so where do you bank? You're up at the credit union? Okay, great. Well then, I know your routing number is, and then I didn't have to with the credit union, but other banks, I would kind of just look on my little thing. Oh, you're at Corning Credit Union? Okay, well then I know your routing number is 222-380-359. Now, what I don't know is I don't know your actual account number, though. You're going to have to give me that. What's that account number? Guys, right in that moment of truth, you have just given them so much confidence in your skills and your ability. They're going, how the hell does this dude know my routing number? I don't even know my routing number. And sometimes they'll ask you how you know it, but not a lot of times they'll just wonder, how do you know it? Okay. But they have confidence in you. This kid knows what he's doing. He was born at night, but not last night. As you say the word account number, break eye contact again, look down at your iPad and wait. Knowing your client's account routing number, conveys confidence to the prospect as a vital moment that you know what you're doing and they can trust you with their actual account number. So guys, if you do this well and use this to your advantage, and if you get a new bank that's not on the list, just write them in down here and write in the routing number right there. Okay. There's a whole back page of this where I asked for it to be just a blank grid on here so you could do more. They didn't put the grid on there, so that got us a discount because they didn't do what we asked for. But use the back. If you got more than 3 down here at the bottom, then flip it over and start making more. But guys, there is a space on here for the local branch of that bank and then the contact name. Okay, I'm going to tell you what to put in here in just a second. So if Kyle doesn't know his account number, then I'm going to say, well, which branch do you normally use? Oh, I use the one up here on Main Street. Use your phone and find out the phone number of that branch quickly. I say, no problem. We'll just call up there and get the number. Now, your client may go, oh, they're not going to give you the number over the phone. They might say something, anything like that. And you just go, hey, no worries. If they don't, then we're exactly where we are right now. But if we don't ask, we won't get. So let's at least give it the old college try, right? So guys, this is how you make a phone call to the bank. And by the way, guys, before you tune out on this, I want you to understand. Does anybody know the 90-10 rule with regards to getting the bank account number?
Do not. No.
Anybody want to take a wild stab at the 90-10 rule? And by 90-10, I mean 90%, 10%. Guys, write this down. If you collect every piece of information, routing number, account number, you get their birth dates right, you get the beneficiary, everything's done perfectly, you have a 90% chance that that policy will go through and will be on the books. The 10% is what's called cancel at issue. 10% of your business roughly is going to cancel. Okay. If you don't get the account number when you're with that prospect at the time of sale, you can flip flop those numbers. You now have a 90% chance that that policy will never become a policy. You have a 10% chance, 1 in 10. Do you guys like the numbers? You guys like having a 90% chance of a sale or 10% chance of a sale?
90%.
I like 90%. It's 9 times better. I've done the math. So guys, the way you do this is you pick up the phone and you call that number, and you're going to have someone on the other end of the line announce their name and the bank. Okay, guys, if a new client doesn't know their account number, it's vital to do everything in your power to help them get it right then and there. If you don't, then the chance of getting them drops from 90% to less than 10%. Trust me on this. Anybody called the person? Guys, even if you call the person 45 minutes later, if you're in their business at 6:30 p.m. and they're like, well, I'm just getting ready to get off work and head home. How many people, guys, 45 minutes later won't even answer their phone or return your text message?
Almost all of them.
Almost all of them. It's something called human nature, guys. So call the bank, preferably the local branch where the bank employee may even know the client you're talking to. That's an important feature. So hi, let's say Kyle is the bank employee. Hi, Kyle. This is Van Davenport with Globe Life Family Heritage Division. I'm actually sitting here with Chase Bacon, who's a new policy holder with us, and he's a longtime account holder with you guys there at the credit union. Now, Kyle, Chase just signed up for a supplemental insurance policy, and it gets paid by bank draft. He actually works up here at XYZ Plumbing, up on the corner of Main and 3rd Street. And they're offering this benefit to the employees, but they're letting everybody pay for it on their own through bank draft. Here's where I need your help, Kyle. Like most people, Chase can't remember his account number. And if you're talking to a woman, I like to go, hey, like most men, can't remember his account number. Us guys, we'd lose our head if it wasn't stapled to our neck. Can't remember his account number. Now, you don't know me from Adam. So I know you can't give me the account number. So I'm going to hand the phone over here to Chase, and you can ask him his social security number, mother's maiden name, favorite color, and anything else you need to ask to confirm his identity. And then you can give the account number to him. Okay. All right, here he is. And guys, after you say, okay, there's no pause. It's okay, here he is, boom. And you hand over the phone. And guys, one of two things is going to happen. Either you're going to hear him, you're going to, you can't do that on the phone. Oh, yeah, I didn't think you could. Okay. All right. Thanks. Bye. And it didn't work. Oh, well. Or you're going to hear the other option is, hey, yep, Chase, yep, Bacon, Bacon, just like the food. Yeah, I get that all the time. Now, yeah, okay, 247-394-192. That's the sound of Chase giving them his social security number. Yeah, Hill. Yep. Oh, okay, great, thanks. Yeah, pin, and you better have a pin ready to hand your customer right then and there. Hopefully they can just put it on speakerphone and you can write it down so they don't screw it up. But guys, that's the sound of them getting their account number, and that's the sound of your percentage of having that sale go from 10% back up to 90%. So quickly hand the phone over to Chase before the bank employee really has a chance to respond, and just wait. They'll either start asking him questions and you'll probably get the account number, or it'll be a short call with the bank refusing to give that information over the phone. If you get shut down by the bank employee, have another branch number ready to call and try again. I probably wouldn't call more than maybe 3, and you got to kind of gauge the customer's willingness to sit through another call. But remember, less than 10% chance if you don't get the account number right then and there. So guys, any questions on how to use this really, really nifty tool to help you get bank account numbers when you're out in the field?
That's pretty self-explanatory. I like that.
It's really simple, guys. It works really great when it's used. Doesn't help anybody when you don't use it. So I just got about 100 of these that came in. CJ, you asked for a bundle of them, so I'm going to be mailing you about probably 7 or 8 of them for you and all your team members. If anybody else needs these, let me know. Probably the easiest thing to do would be to send 20 of them to the Charlotte office and 20 of them to the Wilmington office, and you guys can have them there and give them out to brand new people and show brand new people how to do this. Guys, managers, when you're out in the field, please don't leave sales situations without at least trying to call the bank, because what you're doing is you're teaching that new person to not call the bank. And that's not a good habit. We want to definitely at least call and at least give it the old college try, as they say. So guys, hopefully you heard something today that was helpful. We got back up to 17 people here before the end of the call. But guys, let's go out and be a blessing for somebody else, because we've all been so doggone blessed. Was really excited yesterday to see 100% of asset protectors on the board all in the same day, like 6 of them, everybody dropping bombs. And I believe like 75% of the folks on Team ILM also was in the bomb dropping club yesterday. So it's so much fun when you got a lot of people protecting families and the good news. So thanks so much for working hard, guys. And let's go out and have a great hump day.
Let's go.
Bye, guys. Have a great day.
You all as well.